This is the story of Watson Brown, an Oklahoma freedman from Tuskahoma. In 1898, Watson Brown appeared before the Dawes Commission to apply for the allotment of himself and family. The time was October the 13th, 1898. He applied for the allotments of himself and also for that of his children. He had been once enslaved by a Choctaw Indian whose name was Brown, James Brown. He resided in the community in the southern part of the Choctaw Nation in a community of Tuskahoma, Indian Territory. His name first appears on a document from the Freedmen's Bureau when he wrote a letter, among others who had also written and signed, requesting assistance to get back to the Choctaw Nation to be with his family. We learn that he had a wife, Harriet, a child named Winnie Brown, and that he resided in Jack's Fork in the Choctaw Nation. This document was obtained from an 1865 record from the Freedmen's Bureau in nearby Arkansas. And by occupation, Watson Brown was an interpreter. In later years, after his wife Harriet had passed away, he remarried a woman called Jane. Watson and Jane would then have several additional children: John, Aaron, George, Aggie, and Cream. His name was enrolled on Dawes Freedman card number 1205, and his roll number would be 3910, and that of his children would follow in subsequent order. It would be several years, in fact, until 1904, before he would finally receive his allotment of land. But surely enough, finally, it was approved in April of 1904, and a certificate was issued finally to him and later to all of his children as well. During those years, he worked as an interpreter in various parts of the nation. But finally, having been born 70-something years earlier, he finally received his allotted land. His name was placed on the final rolls of citizens and freedmen of the Choctaw Nation. And one can see the name and the roll numbers of himself and of his children. Additional documents on Watson Brown are found at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. and in Fort Worth, Texas. And records pertaining to the land allotments can be found on both Ancestry.com and FamilySearch.org. This has been a small snippet of the story of the life of Watson Brown. His is an Oklahoma freedman story.